Charlie Stevens here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another guitar lesson. So in our last lesson we learned about something called the boom chuck or the boom chop or bass strum technique. In this lesson I'd like to add on to that a bit and teach you something that I call the boom chucka. So remember, these are automatopoeia, right? So it's supposed to sound, the word boom chucka, it's supposed to sound like what happens on the guitar. Boom chucka. Okay, so basically that means we're going to do a bass note, that's going to be our boom, and before we were doing the boom and then the chuck. And that was with a downstroke. Now we're going to add on to that and we're going to come back up and do an upstroke right after that down. Boom chaka. Boom chucka, whatever you want to call it, okay? Okay, so we're going to do quarter notes on beats 1 and 3 and eighth notes on beats 2 and 4. So this is very similar to one of the rhythms we had looked at when we were looking at our different variations of adding eighth notes to strumming patterns. We had one that was like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, this is very similar to that one, but instead of a strum on beats 1 and 3, we'll just do an individual bass note to give that a little bit of separation, make it sound a little bit different. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and boom chaka, boom chaka, boom chaka, boom. Okay? Super easy, super fun thing to do. This one is a little bit more folky than the boom chuck, the strict boom chuck. That one is a little bit better for bluegrass. It helps propel that particular music a little bit better and gives it a better drive. So that isn't to say that the boom chucka isn't good, it's just not as relevant to bluegrass as it is to, say, songs by Joan Baez or the Avett Brothers and things in that nature. It's just a little bit prettier. So I was told that the boom chuck is sort of the more cornerstone of bluegrass technique, and we don't really want to do too many boom chucks, but personally I find they come out naturally in my playing sometimes, and it still does sound like bluegrass. So it's not that they're never allowed, it's just that they're not the main kind of bedrock of most of the songs that we're using. We have the boom chucka. I'd be using the same bass note. I'm holding a G5 here and I'm playing my bass note, the root note G on my low 6th string here. And if you remember from our last lesson on boom chucks, we talked about how we can alternate the bass. Please watch that lesson if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, but we learned that that was the 5th of the chord, is the note that we like to put on beat 3. Okay, so the 5th of this chord, G, is a D, which I can find on my open D string. So I'm going to play the 6th string with the bass, then I'm going to strum my top strings down, up, then I'm going to play my 4th string, and then I'm going to go down, up again. Sounds cool. That one sounded a little bit lonesome. The lonesome sound of a train going by. So that's kind of a bluegrass song. It's also Hank Williams, so it's kind of a country song as well, right? So that's a good example of how we can kind of blend these two styles a little bit. So anyway, definitely a pattern you want to know, but not going to be one that you are going to default to as much as boom chop if you're playing bluegrass. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, cool. So why don't we take this through a chord progression? Okay, so we're going to do a simple chord progression, G, and I'm using this nice G5 shape here. We're going to go to C, and then we're going to go to D, and then we're going to go back to G. Okay, so we're going to do the boom chuck with the alternating bass on each chord. Let's do it without the chucka, just because just be a little easier to understand, and we'll kind of start slowly, and then we'll add in the chucka. Okay, so we're going to do regular boom chucks, 2 measures each of these chords. Okay, so please follow along with me. This is example number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that was example number 1. Okay, now we'll add in the upstroke And instead of boom chop, it'll be boom chaka. Make sense? Same chord pattern. Now we're just gonna do the up strum after our down strum. So it'll be 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and bass, down, up, okay? Let's try it together nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Simple as that. The boom chucka. So just another little thing you can have and occasionally kind of sprinkle that one in. Or maybe you like that. Maybe you're not interested in playing bluegrass, but you like the folkier sound and you want to write a song using that. Please do, okay? Alright, so there's another variation of this which I call the boom shaka-laka-laka that I'll teach you about in the next video. So please tune in for that one. Thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this course, please subscribe to the channel and I look forward to seeing you in another guitar lesson really soon. Thanks again. Bye.